packed out a giant train, sold some tickets.
How much does that actually hold here?
Made people believe. Husk with the tier 1, thanks so much for the 31 months. Got some people some jobs. Mini, he's been unemployed this whole year. Finally working. Laying the tracks, getting the engine ready. Boom on attack, PRX on defense.
PRX here on the defense to start. Couple ghosts here in hand, a sheriff for Jing. Similar firepower in the hands of Boom on the attack as the door gets tapped. C site for the moment.
BC default. PRX go for their classic 4-1, but they don't go. They don't go super aggro. They're pretty much just waiting for this one. I'll tell you what though, it's a nice default at the moment from Boom. Map control, trigger the wall as well. No re-clear over towards A though, so do they realize there's enough resistance on C and go B, or do they go into a 3-person stack?
Everybody who's looking to come with through the choke.
Smoke over towards Waterfall, but they're in ahead of this one. And Jing, what a track on the headshot. Fame is going to be
big nade into Omen Flash. Oh my god, this nade was damage.
Now dropped, Forsaken swooping out, finding one.
Damn, that's a nice one.
Just the one
camera? Is it my camera? What's wrong with it?
With the 3K, PRX with the opening pistol.
That's a pretty clear case for PRX as well of just getting the right read and having the right numbers.
How much up do they need to go?
Setting themselves up for a good little combo of utility on the site choke point as well.
Fast Jack.
Do you like to
covering Patman? Oh yeah, I need to go way up.
Shots out of the gate as well. Meanwhile, for Boom, this is where we need to start to see some adjustments early for them, because they are the team that has come through, you know, the upper side of things. They have had the longer preparation coming in towards this one.
That one team that made it into the playoffs with a very clean record. Find themselves potentially in a risk of elimination here. As the shots flying through the wall, just gets an immense amount of damage. Famous can't see anything at all. Forsaken's able to go ahead. Quickly take him down. Jing clean with the taps. Gets himself another 3K.
Dude, we're getting close to that Razor as well. One away. Could go aggro A again. Could pick up that orb. Could get that ult early.
See for Boom if they want to try and contend with any A-Rubble control. What are they actually looking to do in their layered approaches with fault lines and with drone, with salvos? If PRX are going to continue to contend over towards A, you need to be making sure that they're not just able to dance around it. You know, we saw a lot of weaknesses for T1 on just gaining any sort of space, gaining any territory, especially over towards C. How scared were they of just devised presence of utility?
Yeah, 4-person aggro on this one. They really want to make sure they can get that orb.
Look at the setup, the read here from PRX going into their bonus. Well set up to try to contend with this.
Well, you don't need it if you get the kill. That's the ult that goes into in. We've got a nade on top as well. And that is one way to re-clear over towards A. My goodness. Dude, Lotus 9 was sitting in the smoke the whole time here. Pistol into the bonus. Damn, Jing is frying, man. It's a nut start for him.
He's going to be drifting around the back, and he's going to be finding the headshot. 3-0 start. Train is ready to leave the station.
Mate, we left ages ago.
Of course. Boom.
We've almost got full speed.
And in that sort of bonus round as well, they are certainly nowhere near any of the action. I mean, you just look at the space control, you look at the early stack from PRX as well, having the right numbers and then just the right utility. When it comes into the scrap battle, you know that's where PRX can thrive. With a lot of their players, you know, able to chop and change between roles. How many duelists do we have on this squad?
Fighting their way forward here. Huge start for the side of PRX. Boom. See if they have any kind of magic here with this.
Yeah, looking like another BC default. Wait, this time he commits over towards B?
Oh, yes, he is.
Ooh, okay.
Jing is getting a little bit different these last 2 days.
Yeah, take that one. Okay. They do pick up 2 guns though, so that is for sure a classic. Classic overheat. 2 people overcommitting, of course.
Well, eventually. Still do have both controllers available for Boom, so you can toy with these rotations as well with the Viper's toxic screen over towards the A site. DOS9, wait to get his smokes back online, but really you need to find some timing.
Oh, wow, he didn't commit to it? I thought he saw him.
No ping down. Either way, Wall gets raised, and he's going to have to tap the door, you would suspect, but Forsaken will just go ahead and find the headshot. See Slasher now recovering
Nice
a
shot.
weapon. Swiftly puts it to use. Keeps it now into a 2v2.
Yeah, they have no idea where the Omen is as
trying to be
well.
brought through the baby door and around. 30 seconds remaining, but PRX have double stacked this angle. DOS9 now clearing out one, trying to fake the exit towards A, and looks like Patman does bite the bait.
Does have a seize and a haunt, depending on what angle he can come from. They can
seconds, he can rotate to
good.
C.
Yeah, it's a
that'll
big
actually
call to
provide
go
a
over
little bit of
towards C here.
insurance
It's going to
time
be
as
miles
well.
away.
More time that you can play with the just spike.
10 seconds left.
Bit of an open plant here. Where does he want to go though?
Spike planted.
He's going to try to push up, can play the close angle here. Waterfall. Footsteps are heard. Should have the jump.
Oh,
The shot brings out. I'm not sure if Patman had actually cleared him there. No, he's got a haunt in the C's.
big TP.
Tucks back around the corner. And
Yeah, dude, they really fully committed to that TP back to site. Very nice run from DOS9. I mean, bit of an overstep from PRX, two of them.
Real cheeky one for them to be able to find there. You're looking
Played
at
a little bit too aggro in the 3v5 against the Ecos.
And the trades as well, and then affording a little bit of reset time for the team to upgrade towards the Vandals as well. A bit of overzealousness from Jing in that one. You think, all right, maybe some stability will be brought back, but it's the trade game and it's the timing and positioning of DOS9. You know, one of the key members that we were seeing go a little bit missing in the one against Gen G, specifically.
Did they get the
well.
Odin out?
So if they are your key pieces to be online in a series like this, getting the first round on the board.
Forsaken
I mean, the
Odin,
activate
get the
would
op out as
certainly
well.
be
Fade
well
doesn't spot any over
worth
towards
the way to
A, so
go.
something should expect someone around this corner.
Looking to try to flush them over to this angle, but something does get noted wisely here. Red from the side of Boom, sending out that stealth drone, anticipating that forward presence at Mound. Able to avoid catastrophe for the moment.
Arcros just confirming more players are still around the C side of things. I mean, you would have heard that from
Aye,
the
man,
orb
he's really
being
going heavy
gathered
for
as
this.
well by NC Slasher to get closer to it.
Great shot. Hey, like,
for the flick, and DOS9 taking down a 6 HP.
like it though. He's using his TPs.
You don't want to
He uses
contend
his
with the
TPs
thorns
well
there.
there,
That
though.
one is
It's
quite
something we've been focusing on a
understandable.
little bit
Down
in
to
terms
mark
of
to
watching
be
him
hit,
on
and
Yoru.
PRX have gone looking.
Like when he's been playing the Yoru like a Jet. I mean, still playing a little bit like a Jet here, but
Pushing forward
actually
here,
using
not
the TP as well.
overextending. Little bit of noise made there.
With Boom knowing that the
Something
credit
knows
question mark
well.
over towards C and that no one's going to be re-clearing, they go for a re-clear of A, and that's a heavy rotate from PRX on this as well. 3 pass and stack on B.
See when that does get sent, something for now.
30 seconds left.
Just hang back, dodge the stun, Famous. Ready to push, but something just a little bit snappier with it.
20
Takes him to
seconds.
pieces, yeah, 20 seconds.
Dude,
There's
really
still
low
that
on
Odin
this.
to
Kind
the
of all
left
comes
side
down
of
to
Forsaken's just spraying through
Patman's
now,
duel.
finds the first, NC Slasher gonna be taken down.
Well, Patman
This
got out of there?
round, it's over.
Ah, dude, they got no time
They
now.
need
They
the
went
breakthrough,
really
they
slow
just
on this.
absolutely
Something had so
cannot.
much impact on this round.
Wall never got popped.
Yeah.
And there you go.
It was
Back to back, gonna be found.
it was really
PRX
slow from Boom
continue.
though. They
Now
got to show more
4-1.
confidence in this.
I mean, when that shear isn't popped in a potential B split, you do just have all eyes essentially towards outside the baby door, and then you've got the spam to come through from Forsaken.
I don't know if I missed a re-clear of C at one point, but as soon as they went to re-clear A, they just left C. They just left Divine.
Only got one round on the board as
Like they were so sure that they were
Boom,
gonna
and it was on
commit
that lesser
heavy with the
equipped one.
re-clear
Well,
over
now
towards
you're
A. I
back
wonder if they have
onto a
more
bit of a
reads.
lesser equipped variety.
They definitely had
Maybe
reads
it is
against T1.
a situation where you need to go a little bit faster, right?
They popped the flash. Oh, that would make sense. This one?
So maybe the
Yeah,
faster one might
I think
be
that
in
makes
the
a
round
lot of
after
sense.
This.
I just don't think a team would always re-clear A and have multiple numbers there.
Build this up fast enough. Forsaken repositioning, just spraying through here, hoping that he gets somebody trapped with this sheer wall.
Go, go, go.
Yeah, just trying to find them when the expectation is going to be to bait out the shear, which it now will be done successfully.
Gotta go. Stop it.
Stealth going to be sent, and Forsaken, he says, well, I'm at upper now. Famous. A couple bullets to the brain. Odin claims his life.
Oh, they didn't hear the TP? I thought these two were maybe close enough to hear the TP. The gun down, and they want to hold over towards the gun, so they prowler in to try hold this. Question mark still created over towards B. They don't know about it as they head over towards an empty C site. They didn't pick up the extra gun, but they got 2 guns. If NC Slasher gets his plant down here, he gets ult.
Spike plant.
It's good nade, strong nade. That's the ult.
Solid paint shells there from Jing. DOS9 up top of the box. Does that get anticipated? Push under the corner. Shiro able to find one. Jing not looking up though. DOS9 does manage to catch him by surprise. Kill found Pat.
Wait, that's a crazy kill. What the hell was that?
Double facing
Hey,
forward.
what? That was fast from Patman though. It was a nice
Doing
shot.
as something does. Bounce forward
Still,
with the shorty in hand.
still the ecos are
Cuts him
looking
down to size.
like the
Damage
best rounds
dealt,
at the moment.
Still
Looking
cash up money
scary.
here for the side of PRX.
Yeah, slight little moment of worry in that round for them as Jing satchels in and he actually bopped his teammate off the line and he fell because of that one, but he still manages to have a little bit of recovery in towards the round. There were no ultimates
There must have been too much Odin
as
spam
well for the
to hear the. Oh, there's a Tever on this as well. Must have heard. Sorry, the Odin was too loud to hear the TP, I guess.
May very well have been needed for Boom's chances there. But now you come in towards the next round where you do have your full investment. You got a lot more ults online for both of the squads.
Armageddon rolling Thunder combo. Potentially there. PRX, though, another showstopper for Jing as he's 12-2-2.
Get a. Oh boy. They pick up the Odin and they start the round by spamming him over towards A. They set up one, not using too much util. They still have Omen Flash, so that's pretty nice for the one holding here. We got Euro TP fast over towards C, so you might, especially with the smoke, see the TP.
On this C site.
These two tray places.
And clears it.
Oh. No, they...
Okay.
Second attempt to try and do that. Meanwhile, you've got some repositions from PRX as something gets on the A lobby line. And the rest of the squad playing 2 and 2. Devi and Patman a lot to do on this C site though, if that's where things do eventuate.
Zergs just around the corner and Jing just a little bit faster.
Dude, what is this?
Previous damage dealt to Berserks, making a bit of a difference there. So he ends up getting picked apart.
And these are the situations where you expect something to be using the dimensional drift to pivot some information for the rest of the team and allow Jing to get on
the great nade again.
Changing it up. They wanted to go.
Up and over the top. Jing just Goomba stomping.
Oh, no way.
Dies the fall damage.
There's no way.
The king moment there is now the Armageddon.
Chill, you're terrible. You gotta send it.
Has the angle, has the headshot. Something arrives on the site.
Whoa.
Just the open hand though.
Whoa.
What a flick and a half. I have no idea how he managed to find that, but they have bought time.
Dude, 15 seconds, no plant.
Throughout this here. Now being committed to.
Big flash for the swing.
Flash sent up and over the top. The peak coming in. Patman leading the charge.
Damn, Patman is looking solid in some of these rounds.
Continuing now.
Dude, that was mayhem. What the hell went on? Something hit a crazy shot.
Side here of Lotus.
Jing died to the full damage. He didn't want to land back on the box because I think he had the option. Then obviously didn't look at his HP in the time. I think he had a chance to land on the box.
That's actually taking fall damage. But he still has to vertically hit that one. 2 versus 2 scenario, and it was, you know, vulnerability when you're trying to establish a plant. So that's the sort of sticky situation. Had Boom got the plant down earlier enough, you know, maybe coming out with something different. But 6-1, as you mentioned, Boom calling for the timeout.
First one committed here.
They should nerf the shorty for sure, yeah.
They did not coexisting creatures, as it turns out, as far as their timelines.
No, neither is a meteor and a dinosaur, as we found out from yesterday.
Yeah, that's the one that missed.
Yep.
You know, the percentage was increasing. They said, oh, like, you know, there's that 3% chance it's going to strike Earth, and then it just
bring VCT to London. Okay.
Well, some fans coming over from across the pond there in Japan, the cheer on at PRX, and right now they are being well rewarded for their fandom.
Yeah, Lotus to pick off PRX for good reason. I mean, when you consider the good amount of wins that they've been able to pick up with the repeated play for this map, one of the ones that they've played the most this year. And you kind of do see why at the moment, a really good idea on this.
The hero Bucky, or maybe hero ult, and then we have the backup Bucky.
Economy not really toyed with for them as well, so they're gonna have.
It's another aggro A over towards B. Do PRX get A control every single round? So I do think that the timeout was probably about fighting over towards A or re-clearing with numbers again. And then just gave him a little plan on this.
Was a thrifty. Granted, credit was given to the Red Bull clutch from DOS9.
There's just no space yet for Boom that they've really been able to find. Of course, the Shearer is over to the seaside yet again, but that's being protected by something first on the operator line. If you've got things motioning towards this A side for Boom, they're going to have an investment of a fault line and the stealth drone from Shiro to get Famous on in, but apart from that, now you've got control. That's just going to bring rotation from PRX.
Somehow Famous dodging damage there. Not going to get caught there by the shots. There's Divine. Gets position.
Okay, with the door opening, they create pressure over towards A. In reaction, they push towards mid. A little scary in this one.
PRX 100% know that Boom are locked into A.
Omen ult to see if they're still over towards here. Got insta shot. Smoke gives them a little bit of freedom.
One is forsaken. Salvo sent, but not displacing.
Oh no! The spam took him down. Speaking of spam, that's almost a double. The fade ult as well. We're taking no risks on this one. That might have been a pretty nuts shot, to be honest.
The top of the rope is Jing will go ahead and find the last
Damn, nice reaction from losing A. Double push mid.
Not leading to a thrifty, but can it lead to a round?
Did PRX do loads of stuff that other teams do all the time? But because I haven't seen PRX do it, I feel like I'm just in shock sometimes. Like they have reactions around the map for what's going on. They're using the ult like good in the eco.
And then meanwhile, you've got some good timing on Patman in the roster now with the
They're
Prowlers.
showing discipline.
Layering them around the map very nicely.
Nice round.
Got to see what the difference on this buy-up is going to be for Boom this time, though. Controllers up through pillars already to the front of B. Patman, the one on the side itself.
Do they have to re-clear A, but they use their drone over towards C, so they can never re-clear A?
Nothing spotted. Now goes for the
oh, that is...
great headshot.
Yeah, there's a little bit of an off angle from Famous. That one just committed with the drone.
Looking to try to reposition.
Good reaction again over towards here. Just insta over towards B.
The one-way setup.
Finally a situation as well for Boom where they can get the plant down and have enough time to set up for a post plant.
But they don't have the pit to try to go along with it.
Dude, Visor in this corner. Yep.
Says, let's put you back on a thrifty. Overdrive going to be popped though and Famous. He likes those odds. Pushing forward, able to find one. Doll sign holding things down at the back.
Damn, Famous. This is nice from him. It's the big ult to save for that round.
Has to do the lion's share of the work, and that is an immense
God,
amount of
he melted everyone. That was really nice from him.
Get Boom their first proper round victory. And a second one here on the board.
Converting with the opening kill as well is actually monumental for Boom, right? They need these sort of advantages and they need to be able to have some time to settle down, figure out a bit of an adjustment plan, not dropping in the pit this round either. It's just the timing for something over at the C Mound side of things. You know, generally, if you'd see Devi put the Arc Rose over at Mound, he can be flashing first to allow something to go on for that peak a little bit more.
There's actually a pretty good tether from Patman here.
Famous gets cross and then is able to overdrive in towards the site and really just destroy PRX.
Big change up here. Planting Jing forward. Do they read DOS9's position? It's the question. At the same time, Forsaken, he just peeks out of B, finds Shiro there and spawn, and all
yeah, they at least hear the TP that kind of confirms that there was someone over towards her.
Kill on a Shiro that removes the salvos, that removes some information.
Wanted to go for a CB pinch on defense. Got the fast kill. Didn't want to overextend because maybe they were aware about the Omen TP. And again, they have discipline. They get the fast kill. They chill.
Maybe a jiggle peek at this angle though.
Valdu, thank you so much for the prime, mate. Appreciate you doing that. Thank you, thank you.
Realigned.
Things going towards this A side with a potential pivot through the baby door back towards B.
Okay, I love this wall though. Like every time you create fake pressure by opening the door, but you actually get info with this wall. It's like deep.
The approach here. Jing swooping around. Two players now.
Someone could be sneaking there, but that's a great flash.
For a second, looked like it might have ended with disaster.
Okay, he at least saw double though.
Smoke shorty in hand, Jing ends up falling to the wayside. Now 3v3. Famous looking for the shot.
Big mess.
And who finds it? Just over the shoulder with the op. Doesn't find the contact, and now Spike opened up to start getting tapped here. Swing out, Divide. Holding from the one angle, loses out the fight. Patman now asked to clutch this out. And see Slasher down to a sliver, dead.
He has no idea about this reposition.
Has the shorty. Seems like he has an idea, but the time is starting to dwindle. Footsteps going to be heard. Gets it down to half, and Patman! Does he actually have it?
Oh my goodness, bro. Damn, gave that a good go.
But Boom narrowly scraped by.
I mean, that
Yeah,
doesn't
just
give you too
though.
much confidence as Boom.
What's their
It's
money
a
like? It can't be
sigh
that
of
good.
relief that they're able to come away with that one, isn't it? 4 versus 5 conversion that they're able to get in. I mean, Berserks gets absolutely completely blinded, so no pit to be able to put on towards it. And I thought that actually PRX noted that both of those members had gone in towards the Heaven location earlier on with the double peek and the shorty spot, but you never really know if they repositioned with the time or went for a bit of a flank.
This is
Valiant attempt from PRX there, but finally
kind
we
of
got
worth
another round on
2.
the board for
Obviously,
Boom. It's in succession
whoever
as
loses
well.
is gonna force buy it.
Also eventually get some op v off.
Yeah.
Or grab from something does give him another dimensional drift.
More importantly though, for Boom, a pit and a rolling thunder if you can set it up.
Jump out.
Great shot they got in for Paman gets out of there as well. Tev is good to make sure that no one wants to. Dude, look at this reaction over towards A as well. They pushed all the way through A. DOS9 is on top of this.
Push around the back is Forsaken, trying to readjust, but Jing right there to play off it as well. And Shiro now putting his sights through.
Dude, Jing got that extra kill.
Jing comes away with another kill as something
and
breaks open the C
the person who did the damage dies here, so comms can come in there. They're both pretty low.
Point and click for Famous. Doesn't matter about the HP.
Planted.
Timing though from Patman, swinging around the back, watched here by NC Slasher. The first shot missed here. Patman in perfect position to capitalize. Doesn't read NC Slasher's spot, but now has all the info that they need. From here, the Rolling Thunder, far too risky. 14 health remaining. Jing, he'll peek out. He'll see the shorty.
Dude, Jing is frying, man. He's 19 to 5.
Him up makes it a little bit easier for PRX to come in together as a team at the end. A really great idea to just get through the A lobby earlier. You know, the respot as well.
Got another Razor.
Prowler, noting that Shiro is still up the guts of B as well. So you've just got a really great plan from PRX in this round to have the components for the trades available. Really lock a sticky situation in this one for Boom. The real only way they're getting back in that sort of scenario in the 3 versus 2 is if the shot is hit from Famous for a 2 versus 2 and they're rolling thundering one side where they're expecting the opponents to come from and setting him up on another op line.
And now look at what you have for PRX. That final kill from Jing in the previous round. Another showstopper, his 3rd of the half at the ready. If that pit comes into play, you've got something who can scout. And the Rocket that can flush out a Viper, but something, never mind, is going to be taken down. Rocket does go flying.
The good satchel to get him out of there. Fatal goes in, so maybe he can win that duel as well. Man, what a fatal this was.
Was able to shut down the enemy Neon.
Dude, Patman's looking nice as well, though.
Now everyone from Boom committed
been good in playoffs.
Within this Rebel position.
Util's been nice.
Big duel to actually win
Gets
here.
important duels.
They can rotate out, and Forsaken is lurking with a judge around the corner. If they choose to go into B, they might just save themselves, but otherwise...
The spacing might be so bad that he only gets one here.
Mount could cost them.
Oh, but it does look like they're toying with the idea of C.
Oh no, they have good spacing. They waited. Oh boy, you might get 3.
There's one.
Okay.
They're actually going to beat PRX towards this C side too, so maybe finally we're going to get the pit in play for Berserks.
The 2 players with ults at the ready. NC Slasher gives it a consideration, opts to go ahead, save it here, perhaps for the post plant. Pit goes in first, but Patman on a little bit of a faster timing, pushes forward, finds him. NC Slasher now has to do it all, but the peek over the top.
Dude, Jing is unstoppable.
Jing in pole position.
W keys forward, just way closer than he thought.
9-3 as they now swap to the attacking side of Lotus.
They got 9 on defense, double duelist.
They got against T1 if you consider Boom's side of things, right? But it's just another story where PRX have really great ideas on this defensive time. They've got
21 and 5, yeah, 21 and 5 and 1 half.
Boom, I mean, we've seen that they haven't really played this map too much, right? A really big win against Global Esports, but that was in, what, week 2 of the group stage? That was absolute weeks ago. If you've not been prepping and being ready for this one here, and you're watching the game yesterday, you're still allowing this map to come in towards this series? I mean, it's not good yet.
Oh, this is revealing. Do you like seeing your boyfriend suffer?
I mean, he's not been suffering too much lately with the wins they've been getting, so...
Oh, no.
Yeah.
But that might mean that she's suffering, if that's what
right.
She prefers to see him angry.
Yep. Go to all animals, who takes the crown, the dinosaur or the wolf? I mean, one of them's extinct, so...
One of them is also just a category.
Yes, this is true. Which dinosaur?
Yeah. Which one?
I mean,
Yeah,
I guess
what we
Tyrannosaurus Rex, right?
Triceratops, Raptor, T-Rex. Like this is, you know.
Pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl, another good choice.
Yeah.
Brachiosaurus.
I like the ones that can fly.
Brontosaurus.
Because we can't do that. It's just an avenue that we don't get to experience as humans. Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Maybe. We'll see. Flipping up on the half though. Let's see if Jing is going to be
Genji
able to carry
pistol.
on with this absolute destruction that he came out with on the defensive side, by the way. Or if Boom are going to be able to answer back now with the double controller setup that they have deployed on this map.
Yeah, I think
My potter broke.
if Boom could run this back from defending side, be able to take this map, it would be one of the biggest comebacks that we have seen. This context.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Everyone is so flash.
Zero, able to find one, but I mean, it's just lost in the sauce. Ends up falling to something's hands.
Guys?
DOS9 though, nice little lurk behind the box. Finds Pac-Man, finds Devi. DOS9 continuing to try to be the hero here for the team, but Jing
Actual
cutting it
raid
down
boss.
with
What
a
the
share,
hell is
find
going
the
on? He's
follow-up on the
23 to
famous.
5. He's getting the plant again
Both
as well. He's going to have
pistols
his
in the
ult.
hands of PRX.
He's going to get his ult again for the bonus.
Yeah, that makes things monumentally more difficult for Boom now. In
Yeah, they
this
could
map.
really
I mean, maybe
focus
it is
on
another
this.
scenario like yesterday where PRX had to just write off Fracture in their mind when they had an abysmal performance there and look to have map 2 and map number 3 go your way. Maybe that's too early to say at the moment, but Jing getting active yet again with a lot of the kills. We did see on Haven, for example, Primi come out with a really good half with 19 frags on that attacking side and ending up with 25. I mean, I think Jing is looking to do a little bit better than that as an individual performance.
Yeah, C default, and they might be able to
Hell of a way to start things off for him.
get this orb on the raise.
Kind of having the game that we were
And it's
maybe
looking like
anticipating to
Boom
see
don't
something,
wanna
given how he played the
let him
Euro
have
just
that.
yesterday.
Yeah, dude, they wanted to do some kind of punish. Oh no, they didn't. I thought the Orm was getting ready to flash like
Absolutely
this. He's getting ready to
outpacing him
flash
so
if
far.
they actually
So
hit over
barely
towards the
light
site.
pie here for the side of PRX.
Dude, look at this from
Considering the
PRX
lead that
though.
they do
With
have,
double
not wanting to
orb
take too many
defaulting,
risks,
we swing
sticking
out
to the
here
game
with the
plan no matter
Outlaw
what.
to secure the other
plan
orb.
right now is end
Like,
at
we're
A,
snowballing
but you only have to
proper.
contend with NC Slasher, and then you can
We're
play it to your
getting
heart's
both.
content and
We're
have a
making
pretty
sure that we
easy
capitalize
close
off him
round.
having
Meanwhile,
3 orbs in the
C-Mound,
pistol.
Little counterplay from Boom over there, but it's going to have no value.
Wait, he didn't
Well, checking,
get
not
the orb?
spotting.
Well,
NC Slasher for now,
scrap
still
everything I said.
hidden here at backside.
That's
Boombot.
so funny,
Ends up
dude.
bouncing one more time and Forsaken plays off the back of it beautifully. He rides the rope. Must not have been
And they didn't
blinded.
even give him
Finds
the plan.
headshot as
Well,
DOS9.
the potential, the
Gets
potential is there.
Just a tuck back.
They didn't give him the orb of the plant. That's
Continuing to
incredible.
challenge the angle.
Okay, well,
Yeah, it was a bit of a team blind.
But, like, the hard
unfortunately,
work
there
was
from
there.
Forsaken That, got his little friend.
it might have been by mistake.
It was the Paranoia and Salvo combo.
It literally might have been
round.
as something
Breaks
being
is
like,
about to
dude,
be
I want to
silly.
swing A, and they were like, yeah, man, you swing A.
Looking for the flash out. But
It's
they really
fine.
noted there's something. Finding the shot. They're continuing to run forward. And all right, they get the cleanup. It's going to be a flawless here.
That's incredible.
As PRX getting the
Well, this
heart
could have been
going,
an
making me concerned. I
It
thought
could
they
have
were
been
gonna
an
rush
ult,
out, lose a
but
bunch of
4-way.
weapons.
Yeah, they just want to add a little bit more entertainment towards this one. They can't win a map cleanly. They have to do something silly. But no,
True.
good to see that all 5 are alive. You know, they come into that round with a couple of pistols as well, so you could potentially see now this bonus
Double
round
orb
look a little bit
default.
more stronger
Doesn't get
with
the
holding
orb.
for the rifles.
Doesn't
It's just
plant.
exactly what
Doesn't
they
get
do.
the ecos.
An operator, meanwhile, for famous
That's
glass
funny.
cannon style.
Okay,
At least it's out early.
I mean,
right?
must win
Last
for
time we
Boom.
saw Boom play, they have what, 2 operators in play total?
It took him 6 rounds to be able to get it.
Yeah.
The first time out. But yeah, glass cannon, no fast lane.
The fracture? I think they go back to their old fracture comp.
Setting up the smoke, and now is
I think they go back to the Teo.
of this op being in play.
Teo
It's a
breach.
TP. It's a little bit of an investigation here onto the site. They were thinking maybe he could be back site.
Where does he want to go, though? He just sit here.
It's still nice though. They use their smoke
Wait for
against
your
them.
teammate
Smoke
see
to
if you
double
can
block
reveal any
vision. Could have
opponents. I mean, it's putting a little
snuck
bit of
into
pressure
these
right now
areas.
with DOS9, who, well, doesn't feel pressured anymore that he's found
Yeah,
Forsaken.
I mean, it's
Runs
worth
that off.
the
I mean,
try
I'm
and the
sure it did
bonus.
get tagged
Hero
down.
got
Getting to
tagged
be
by
ready
the
there
Outlaw early.
on Boom's Tejo. Zek into the B side, getting ready to come to fruition. The Thorns just go ahead, hold off that back angle, upper. They get the spot on NC Slasher.
Tap of the spike on B.
This is something.
Insta pivot over towards
Checking around
A.
towards Tiz and hits
Oh
that
my
headshot
goodness, that was a nice
the
shot,
corner.
bro. Dude, Famous is missing a couple of shots in playoffs.
Nothing really to play for on this retake.
No paranoia, just a fault line, and it's already going to be
They
sent.
can't really have that. He was like winning games on his own before this.
Away. Jing, however, does get caught. DOS9. That top does manage to go ahead and find the one, flashing into the swing out, and Divide collecting another. It's himself two, finishing off that low HP member.
Ooh, there's a double here. Yeah,
up.
PRX tried to play it together.
Recounting back to
They tried the triple swing.
themselves stacked in front of one another.
Yeah, dude, I think he's laughing because he
Does
just,
get Boom around win.
just tripled his kills.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
not bad
sure.
for Boom, but not the way that you wanted to be getting another round on the board, is it? Into the bonus round
That's
where
right.
you only take out one weapon, albeit the operator, so you'll at least be okay that you take that into the next one.
Good bonus? Oh, that's a great bonus, yeah.
Such a quick shot.
From PRX, still given a massive crack in this one. Just want to see this last kill and how they do line up for him. It's a bit of a waltz for Berserks, and yeah, I mean, he's just shooting through his teammates' falling corpse at that moment. Still, Boom on the board again. Will stave off PRX from getting map point in the first one of this elimination game.
But yeah, so much damage dealt here. So another outlaw brought forward.
It's not
Only
the worst.
two half armors actually here, so not too bad. But Divide just
Jesus.
disrespects the smoke, pushing forward, catching DOS9 and Famous. That would have been one hell of a flick. Close but no cigar. Something does get taken down. Alt gained in
Yeah,
depth.
the attack judge, if they do actually get over towards the site, pretty deadly.
Detection. The bound across, Jing still
Oh boy, they get over towards the site. Deadly.
From Forsaken, just storming forward towards Waterfall.
Dude, he still has an extra
Even
smoke
gets
for
Shiro
this
down
as
to
well.
67, the armor ripped away from him.
And you've got an operator, remember, for this retake. Do you have to consider saving this to the next round?
Nah, they gotta go for it.
You absolutely
It's 4-11.
But at that point, you're no longer playing for the win. You're playing to try to push it into overtime. We'll see what the call does end up looking like for Boom. Might be best to just cut the losses here on the map and then focus forward for their own map pick. And see Slasher, however, is able to find one, the judge for now on the ground. Showstopper, however, similarly at the ready. Just looking to try to contain them back. Boom, pushing forward, persevering. Paint shell sent. Jing frantically trying to figure out Shiro's position.
These rounds are
Shiro
so
get him with a wall
close.
bang shot. Once again, up, can it be retained? Boom, continue to persevere.
Yeah, by the narrowest of margins yet again, 7 seconds and change on the clock. So a 3 versus 4 retake that they find successful. Think about, you know, the call that they would have had to make in the scenario like that as well. What do we wait for? But we find some good timing on Forsaken looking the wrong way. The operator comes out, and then there's a couple of trades. The 1 versus 1, similar HP for both members at the end as well, but Shiro getting that one, so they will hold on, and it really is feeling like it's Boom holding on at the moment, but maybe now a moment of reprieve.
Yeah, I think so, Bacan.
Stingers,
It's looking good.
Steel Garden though, Dimensional Drift, I mean, you could actually invest those in a round such as this as PRX.
Knowing the team, they very well may.
It could be quick in towards the C site with the Nightfall to lead first too.
Get the pain shell. Sending him off the angle here. Bucky in hand for Jing, just trying to scare him off and force him back.
Oh, they know where they both are now.
21, swing onto the corner though, Forsaken, doubling back, he's able to find DOS9. Shiro, dead, Divide.
On top of the fade ult, so he didn't hear him insta running. Spike goes down.
Fishing through the smoke, is able to find one. The spike drop for a brief little moment. Famous with the off. The swing down.
Jesus divine, what is going on here?
Famous has to do it all. The question is, again, do you save it or do you try to play it out? His teammates will have relayed how low some of these players are, but now he's trapped in, slides across, gets the no-scope. Oh, tiny bit of style.
Wait, guys.
Bullet.
You can lose
Reloads.
this.
Can he split this?
Holy.
No, the Bucky will once again sing out. Silencing Famous as PRX get themselves up to map point.
I mean,
That
I'm
would've
talking
been-
about
that would've
maybe
been a
Dimensional Drift
disaster
and
of a
Steel Garden,
round.
and that they just invest the Nightfall and they make it look easy.
Kinda
a
nuts,
little bit
man. The
there.
entry
They
Bucky is
straight
pretty good.
shooting
They took
in
so much
towards it, they're
space.
getting the trade,
Even got a little bit
they're
unlucky. They're like
space
committed to the
towards the wall
jaws,
as well.
just as like people going around the corner seeing
Stingers
exactly
and
where
the
they were.
Bucky getting
Fade
the
ult
job
was
done.
nice, to be honest.
And that pushes PRX on to round number 12. Now map point. This is their own map pick of choice, by the way, for those that may have just joined us during the map.
Yep.
And now it's 7 in a row that Boom would need to find to push us into an overtime scenario.
Divide gets the op out.
Hit on C, dimensional
Dude, look at
drift,
this though. They
storming
take
through
space
the B
insta
site
over
for the
towards
moment.
B.
Push up, close angle. Jing able to find one before being taken down. Jump up into the smoke.
Whoa. Oh my god, it's ults on ults. Dude, it's an open B though.
Forsaken in the meantime, though, he's pinching forward. He's gotten himself as well over to the baby door, and now this back rubble position is all
nice
shattered.
though. Again,
wide open.
like I'm not saying that their plans are wrong, because this is still such a fine plan. It's just nice to see that they're all together. Like they could easily pivot over towards B here, but the goal is to just duel. At least they're all doing it together. I liked it though. Something insta ult over towards B. They're actually like taking the space, actually making good use of the Euro.
Still on a lurk. Missing maybe a timing. Those 9 seemingly has spotted him, but Divide just wins the fight.
13-5 as well. It's another clean one.
An explosive performance.
But here comes Fracture, and if they use this comp again, if they use the comp they used yesterday, they lose. Simple as that. Or they lose the map. So I imagine they go back to the Teo Breach comp.
This one, it just looks much more cohesive for them when we switch it over to